The cutest women according to the Zodiac Sign. Why do some women evoke a feeling of peace at first sight, even if they are silent? Why do you want to be around them, as if under protection, even if they are not strong at all, but soft, modest, and almost invisible? The answer lies in their zodiac sign. There are only a few signs under which women with a special aura are born: bright, gentle, kind, and sincere. They cannot be faked. It is not appearance or voice. It is internal energy, pure, soft like a spring wind, and powerful like an ancient prayer. This video will talk about such women. You will find out who they are, the sweetest for real, not feigned, who do not need a glossy mask to touch the soul, who can be kind not for approval, but because she cannot do otherwise. If you want to know if your sign is on this rare list, watch carefully to the end. Subscribe to the channel if you feel that they are talking about you here. And write in the comments which woman according to the zodiac sign seems to you the kindest and sweetest. Your opinion is important. We begin to analyze the most sincere women according to the zodiac signs. The first sign is Aquarius. When she appears in space, no words are needed. The Aquarius woman does not try to be nice. She is just like that. Her softness is evident in every movement, in a slight smile, in the way she adjusts a strand of hair, in the intonation that sounds as if spring has settled in her voice. But behind this softness there is no naivety, but a wise unwillingness to be cruel. And this is what makes her rare. She does not fight. She envelops with warmth. Where others quarrel, she dissipates tension. Where they get tired, she revives. There is no judgment in her look. The Aquarius woman knows how to listen not with her ears, but with her heart. She is able to understand, even if she does not agree. Her goodwill is not a mask. This is a conscious attitude to the world in which she has chosen to be light, kind, real. And this sincerity disarms. People around her begin to speak differently, more quietly, warmly, because it is impossible to be rude to her. Her presence reminds us of the best in a person. The most amazing feature is her acceptance. She does not divide people into right and wrong. It is important to her that you feel good. She will bring tea if you have a headache, hug you if your day has gone awry, and will not ask what happened until you yourself want to tell. The grace of an Aquarius woman is not behavior. It is a choice to be warm in a cold world. She knows how to enjoy the little things. Her happiness is not in things, but in moments. In the beautiful way the light falls on the table. In the way the cat fell asleep on the windowsill. In the fact that you are simply nearby. This ability to see beauty in the ordinary makes her bright, and this light cannot go unnoticed. People remember her, not by her appearance, by the state that she gives. Her kindness does not require gratitude. She does, and leaves. She doesn't need confessions. She's just like that. And that's where the magic lies, because her softness changes the space. You're not afraid, not ashamed, not cold with her. It's cozy with her. The second sign of Pisces. A Pisces woman is the one whose presence resembles a soft blanket on a cold evening. She doesn't do anything on purpose, but the world seems to become quieter next to her. Her tenderness is not feigned. It's in her voice, in her intonations, in the way she puts her cup on the table, in the way she holds her gaze, in the way she says, "Everything is fine." And you suddenly begin to believe it. Her softness penetrates deeply, but does not press. It envelops. She knows how to feel what others do not notice, to catch the mood, to anticipate the question, to understand without words. A Pisces woman does not interfere. She gently touches. Her care is not loud, but tangible. And this is where her real magic is manifested. She does not push, does not demand, does not insist. She waits, with understanding, with warmth, with that rare feminine dignity that cannot be learned. It is innate. People are drawn to her, even those who usually do not trust. There is no threat in her look. There are no pricks in her words. She speaks as if she knows. Every word can hurt, and therefore she takes care even of speech. The Pisces woman is able to support without advice, listen without judgment, hug without a reason. And this is what makes her incredibly sweet. Real. The one to whom you want to return. Her vulnerability does not make her weak. On the contrary, she shows strength and acceptance. She is not afraid to cry, is not ashamed of her emotions. She knows how to be alive, and she heals with this liveliness. The Pisces woman does not wear masks. She is honest, but gentle, direct, but soft. This is what creates a space around her in which you want to be. You want to be silent with her. Just sit next to her. Just know that she is there, because her energy is like water, pure, flowing, healing. She does not draw attention, but it is impossible not to notice her. She does not demand love, but you want to give it. And this is her uniqueness. The Pisces woman knows how to be herself without proving that she is worthy. She simply lives, and this touches deeply. The third sign is a Taurus woman. She never rushes to enter the room first, but it is she who everyone looks at later. A Taurus woman does not demand attention. It sticks to her on its own. Her appearance is mesmerizing in its simplicity, devoid of pretense. She has a natural kindness that does not sound loud, but is felt at first glance. She does not smile just like that, but if she does, you want to remember the moment. There is no nervousness in her gestures, no fuss in her gait. She gives a feeling of stability, almost as if you barely know her. It is easy with her because she does not try to please. She is real. And it is this realness that makes her amazingly sweet. She will not pretend if something is wrong. She will not agree for the sake of convenience. But if she decides to be close, this is no longer superficial sympathy, but a strong emotional connection. There is no flirting for the sake of flirting in her look. There is no manipulation in her words. She knows how to speak directly, but softly, and even the most inconvenient truth sounds like care from her. A Taurus woman knows how to create coziness not only at home, but also in relationships. She does not just greet you, she waits. She does not just listen. She remembers how each person lives. She has a good memory for details. She notices when you are cold, sad, or awkward. And she will do everything to make you feel warmer. Not pompously, not loudly, but through a small gesture. To give a blanket, make tea, just sit next to you and be silent. It is precisely such actions that create a feeling of spiritual softness, which many lack so much. Her grace is not in manners, but in reaction. She can silently help without expecting gratitude. She can give in if she sees that it is important to you. She does not argue for the sake of winning, but always remembers that justice is a key principle for her. She will not allow the weak to be offended. She will not pass by injustice. But even when defending her own, she will do it with respect. And this combination of firmness and tact makes her behavior especially attractive. Men next to her often begin to feel calm for the first time in their lives. Not because she forgives everything, but because she does not dramatize. She knows how to keep things simple. And this is her superpower, to be nice not for the sake of image, but because she cannot do otherwise. Soul, essence, and warmth are important to her. Her gaze does not judge, but accepts. It is not scary to be yourself with her. Her silence will never rot. Her presence is like a beacon. It shines, but does not blind. She does not like games, and she does not like when she is underestimated. She has a lot of patience, but there are also boundaries. Her respect must be earned. But if you are near, and she has opened up, then you are already among those she trusts. And this is worth a lot. Because a Taurus woman never plays with feelings. She is honest, even when it is inconvenient. She can remain silent for a long time, but if she speaks, every word is important. And behind this sincerity, there is an amazing strength. The strength that makes mercy not a weakness, but a choice. It is the Taurus woman who knows how to be kind without being naive, calm without being indifferent, soft without having to prove her case. There is something in her character that immediately relaxes. With her, you do not need to pretend to be smarter, more successful, or stronger. She is attracted not by the outer packaging, but by the content. Your actions, your values, the way you look at the world are important to her. And if she chose you, it means that you passed the selection not by words, but by essence. And this makes her mercy even more special. She can keep one letter for years. She can cherish a gift that has long lost its value, but retained its meaning. She can remember how you looked at her that very evening. She will not forget, and she will not abandon. Because in her heart, mercy is not a manner, but a state of mind. And that is why Taurus women are called the kindest, the most cozy, and the most real in the zodiac circle. The fourth sign is Sagittarius. She enters, and the space immediately changes. Not because she is trying to change it, but because her energy cannot go unnoticed. A Sagittarius woman is not about being quiet and invisible, but it is in this contrast between her inner fire and sincere attitude to the world that her amazing grace is born. She is not afraid to be alive, bright, straightforward, but at the same time always remains real. Her kindness is not in being silent, but in speaking honestly, but carefully. It is never boring with her. And this is one of the reasons why people consider her the sweetest. She knows how to support, make you laugh, pull you out of the darkness with one sentence. Her words are charged with faith. There is always an impulse in them. She will not calm you down for the sake of form. She will give you the feeling that you can handle it. In her presence, you begin to believe in yourself, and this is worth a lot. She does not tie you down, does not pull you back. She directs you forward, and it is this feeling of lightness, freedom, and inner support that makes her incredibly attractive. A Sagittarius woman can argue, but she will not offend. She can ridicule a situation, but she will never humiliate a person. Her humor lives on the edge but never turns into anger. It is a kind, bright fire that warms. She is sincere even in compliments. She will never say what she does not feel. But if she praises, it will remain in the memory. Her praise is like a mark that you have done something really important, and she noticed it. She is generous with time, attention, and emotions. She can immerse herself in a conversation, a trip, in caring. Not formally, but sincerely. Not out of politeness, but out of a desire to be there. She is not afraid to be there when it is difficult, and she does not disappear when it is fun. In this combination of fiery openness and kind stability lies her special nature. Her grace is in the ability to be herself without losing respect for others. There is no tension with her. She does not judge, does not look for flaws, does not analyze other people's weaknesses. She looks at the world through the filter of possibilities. And even in the most difficult people, she finds something good. She knows how to forgive without losing her dignity. She knows how to laugh without violating boundaries. This is her spiritual maturity, which goes hand in hand with an almost childlike liveliness. And this makes her behavior so rare and attractive. She knows how to be gentle in actions, not in words. She can unexpectedly give you a book that you once casually mentioned. She can come just because she felt that you are alone. She can support you so much that you suddenly begin to breathe freely again. Her care is informal. She does not act according to the rules. She acts according to the heart. And that is why the Sagittarius woman is not just fire. This is fire with a soul. Soft, sincere, honest. The grace of this woman is not about pleasing everyone, but about being close to those who are really important. She doesn't cling. but her kindness leaves a mark. Even if you met her by chance, years later, you will remember her words, her smile, her eyes, because there is something very simple but very real in her. That very openness that is so lacking in the world. And it is this that makes the Sagittarius woman one of the sweetest, kindest, and most irreplaceable. The fifth sign is Aries. An Aries woman is sweet not because she tries to seem so. Her charm is a fire that warms, but does not burn. She combines inner strength and unexpected tenderness. She can be assertive, but suddenly she will say something with such a smile that you no longer want to argue. Her directness disarms but does not hurt, because behind every harsh word there is sincerity. And this honesty is not rudeness, but care, just in a slightly different performance. Her sweetness is in unpredictable moments. When you expect a storm and get a compliment. When you are preparing to defend yourself and she suddenly laughs and hugs. She knows how to be harsh, but always knows when to soften the angle. And she does it so unexpectedly that it is in this contrast that her special appeal is born. An Aries woman does not play at being affectionate, but she knows how to be very warm, especially with those who have earned her trust. Inside her is a pure heart that knows how to love without reserve. She protects, inspires, pushes forward. But if she feels that someone is having a hard time, she instantly turns into the one who is there, who will support, who will feed, who will give a shoulder, and she will do it without words, just because it is necessary. Her sweet side is shown in the little things, in the way she cares without advertising it, in the way she remembers your preferences, in how, despite all her strength, she can be vulnerable. And when you see how she cries from a movie or worries about a friend, you understand. Under this armor is the kindest heart. You can't relax with her, but it is always warm. She can wake you up at 3 in the morning with an idea, but will bring coffee when you don't get up. She will argue, but will always say sorry first. Her sweetness is in her actions, in her willingness to be there, in her ability to be strong and at the same time incredibly human. She won't pretend. She won't say what she doesn't feel. But if she says that you are dear to her, then that's how it is. And that's what people love her for. Not for her image, not for her behavior. For a real living woman who can be different, but always real.